What is up, fam of Liberty? It's your new best friend, AdminTim from the Sons of Liberty. So about a week ago, maybe a bit longer than that, 10 days-ish, I made a community post on our YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed and getting notifications, fix yourself and go rectify that. Why? Because sometimes the Sons of Liberty admin team puts out content only on one or two specific platforms. I'm not going to talk about Big Sarge taking down on our OnlyFans. I strongly recommend subscribing to the YouTube channel and getting notifications because we're going to be doing a podcast run by Admin V, and in general, we get up to some shenanigans on live streams anyway. Also, TikTok likes to mute our videos. Anyway, that community post on YouTube was a call for questions from the fam of Liberty, aka our loyal followers. I do this periodically as a diversion from the informative videos and salty rants so that you're not being bombarded with the same bombastic content every few days. So I'm going to dive right in. First question, what's the problem with the AI photo of the child crying with the puppy? Why are MAGA mad about the crying child with a puppy being rescued? Listen, who the fuck knows why MAGA is mad? These dudes get triggered about everything. I guess the ones who don't know that it's an AI picture are they're mad because they think our government abandoned people. I don't know. Steered weather into these people. Who the fuck knows? Look, I don't try to understand cultists anymore. I'm done with these fucking clowns. I'll tell you what I think is wrong with AI. It's AI. It steals from legitimate artists and uses their content without their permission. When that image went viral, a lot of unknown artists had portions of their work swiped. So don't use AI. Next question. What is your biggest regret? I don't know. To be honest with you, I'm torn because on the one hand, I've done a lot of dumb shit. A lot. I've also had a lot of bad shit happen to me, same as everybody else, just because the universe decided one day to fuck with me. But then there's a part of me that recognizes that all these things tested me and failed. That which does not kill me makes me stronger or something. So I'm not really sure how to answer that. I would rephrase that into like, what dumb shit have you done that you wish you hadn't? And I mean, that by itself could be like a whole hour-long podcast or something. Next question. Should I sell my 2001 Cherokee Classic or refurbish it? Keep it, refurbish it. Sell it to Big Sarge. I could use a little Jeepy Jeep. Beep, beep, I'm a Jeep. If you're not going to sell it to Big Sarge, then just keep it and refurbish it. Next question. This one is a two-parter. Why are businesses allowed to build on the waterfront, and will we ever take climate change seriously? Bro, capitalism wins above all else. I mean, we build on the beach pretty much everywhere in this country. Actually, on the whole fucking planet, I guess. And as far as climate change, again, capitalism wins out every single time. These rich-ass oligarch motherfuckers would rather you die than them miss out on an opportunity to make more money. Next question. This one's a big one. What is my take on the election certification if Harris wins? Are we prepared for an attack on democracy? What should we do to be prepared, etc.? That's also a tough question to answer. I'm not a government employee or a policy expert or anything. I think that we pretty much fucked ourselves by not doing anything almost 4 years ago to hold accountable Donald Trump and the MAGA politicians and the right-wing pundits and talking heads that fomented conspiracy theories, helped lead or aided and abetted an insurrection. And the only thing I can say is I hope everyone's ready for some wild shit because they're definitely going to do it again. This time, probably with guns. I mean, we have fringe lunatics out there right now hunting FEMA workers because they heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend who. All I can say is I'm armed and I have a number of different types of long guns in my home along with enough ammo. So if somebody tries to come for me, I hope everybody else out there does the same. And I'm not trying to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but I mean, look at the state that our fucking country is in. Dudes hunting FEMA workers, people going around vandalizing political signs. So yes, I, as a veteran, I am well armed, and I feel like it's important for all of you out there to do the same. And that includes training, maintaining, and target shooting. If you're vehemently anti-gun, then get you a boo who can stand between you and the lynch mob, because who the fuck knows how this is going to turn out. Next question. What's the two claps in a Rick? Are you a Ric Flair fan? I am indeed an old school wrestling fan, but I've not kept current for probably about 15 or 20 years. I wouldn't say that I'm a Ric Flair fan now. I'm aware that he has some issues, and I'll just leave it at that. The two claps in a Rick thing was just a motivational thing. It comes from a summer camp in Brevard, North Carolina called Camp Deerwood. It was just a thing that we did. It's literally just like a motivational thing. There's no secret handshake or any of that nonsense. So that's what that's for. Next question. How well are the mandated electric chainsaws working out for disaster recovery work? I've never even heard of such a thing, and nobody's out there saying, well, I guess I can't clear your driveway, Jimmy. Sorry, I've only got a gas chainsaw. I mean, I own a chainsaw. It's not electric, and I sawed my way through plenty of trees and debris. Hey, that kind of rhymes. Next question. How do I interact with my whole family that are Trump supporters? Fuck them. That's what I say. Not literally. Like, don't reward Trump supporters with sex. Don't even grudge fuck one of them. Anyway, just like tell them straight up that you can't support people who vote for politicians that you want you dead. Tell them that you hate the lifestyle that they lead and you can't abide by that level of sin in your life. Turn their fucking political and socio-religious ideology back on them. See how they like being on the fucking receiving end of it instead of saying it at that time. Next question. Are you ever hurt or embarrassed by some of the comments making fun of you? Nope. And when people get in my comments trying to shame me, I just tell them, y'all can't shame me. I mean, have you seen some of the shit that I post on the Facebook page? Hell, I mean, check out just the YouTube shorts. I'm running around in American flag booty shorts, a case of Budweiser that I turned into a cowboy hat, a tank top with a mullet wearing eagle, and Budweiser flip-flops or slides, whatever you want to call them. I've dressed in drag, and I'm not saying that there's anything bad or wrong about that. It's just I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. Next question. Why are you such a champion and legend? I don't know about legend. But I do champion liberal causes because to me, patriotism is about caring for everyone. And it's inconsistent with my core values to be selfish about my own wants and needs when I can use my platform and my white privilege to speak up for the victims of conservative and or Christian hate. When I was in the military, I swore an oath to defend the Constitution, my country, and its people. And that oath never expired, and it wasn't full of exceptions like accept gay people, or accept trans people, or accept black people, or accept atheists, or whatever other identifier conservatives discriminate against, comma, and I hate ending a sentence with a preposition, so mayonnaise. Next question. Would you ever go to Ukraine after the war? You know, the AdminTim and Mrs. AdminTim actually had to talk me down from volunteering to go fight in Ukraine. I had a big custody thing going on at the time, so I guess you could say cooler heads prevailed. I have been to Ukraine before, so I would go back. I used to date a Ukrainian girl. I'm not going to talk about that. Next question. You've mentioned supporting sex workers. Would you talk about that or elaborate on that? Yes, I'd be happy to. I want to caveat before I begin that I'm very careful about curating my contacts and the places that I may frequent so as not to be cognizant of the fact that there is trafficking that goes on with sex work, some types of sex work. And I don't want to be party to that, so you got to be really careful about what you do and how you do. I'm not going to go into specifics because in many states it's illegal to even think about thinking about talking about sex work. So I'll just say that I am very careful about the quote-unquote oldest profession, making sure that I'm not out there helping traffickers. Elsewhere, I've been naked in front of the camera, sticking my dick in things, and I've been paid for that work. Yes, my wife knows. Who do you think runs the camera half the time? And yes, we collab. Next question. What is the most effective way to fight the fascists that are trying to take over the USA? You know what? I don't give a shit what the ACLU says about everybody getting the right to free speech. Fuck that shit. Punch Nazis and punch fascists. Be prepared to catch charges, though. Confront fascism when you see it. Call it out when you see it. Talk about it loudly. Don't let up. Drown them out until you get banned or otherwise shut down. And make sure you go fucking vote, but know who the fuck you're voting for and why. There's an instance in Cobb County, Georgia, where I used to live. There's a MAGA conservative who's running for a Democrat seat in a blue district. I actually posted about it this morning on Facebook and Instagram. If you're not following us on Facebook or Instagram and you have those platforms, go fix yourself right now. Next question. Are you familiar with the Bannon-led plan spelled out in the book Unhumans? I am, and I've talked about it in one of my videos that I did on J.D. Bowman, a.k.a. Vladimir Futon, a.k.a. the fascist corporal. Note to self, when you're editing this video, see if you can find the link and include it as a card. Next question. How or why would anyone try to bank off of the natural disasters that are happening along the southeast coast region? I mean, I guess both sides try to spin the natural disasters that hit the southeast, but one side is obviously right, and the other side is just desperately trying to retain support despite having a senile old white guy and a young, untried, inexperienced couch fucker. Next question is a two-parter. So the first part is, how bad can it get with Trump trampling on the Constitution if he's elected again? I feel pretty strongly that we're not going to have a constitution or a free country if that motherfucker wins. Like, I think America is done if Trump wins. And the second part of that question is, are there not checks and balances? The answer is there were, but if we don't take the House and Senate, we're fucked. We don't do a good job getting right-wing nuts out of office. I mean, we've got Tom Stolen Valor Cotton, Josh Chicken Shit Hawley, Marjorie Trader Greed, and all of them in Congress. And Trump appointed a whole lot of fucking conservative Supreme Court justices, and we saw the damage that that court has done, as well as the lies. I mean, Roe versus Wade, we're not going to do anything, then they did it. So another 4 years of Trump means that we're probably going to see the court run amok even more. The dude has thoroughly destroyed credibility in most of our institutions, and that's only going to continue under another Trump administration. Next question, where's your coin? So I haven't been coin checked in a bar in ages. In fact, the only time that I was ever coin checked was when I was in the military. That didn't go well for them. I do carry a 3rd Ranger Battalion coin in my wallet. I've got a 5th Group coin, an INSCOM Commanding General's coin, a couple of foreign coins. I've got my own personal and private thoughts about coin checking, but I don't want to insult anyone, so I'm just going to skip on to the next question. How did Mikey find you? My wife, Mrs. AdminTim, her kids have a cat that got knocked up, and Mikey was one of the kittens. So we know the day he was born. We watched him grow up. We decided to adopt him. We were initially going to wait to adopt him, but then a couple of the little kitties disappeared, so we just decided to go ahead and adopt Mikey, and the rest is history. Or history. Cat hist. Stupid joke. Next question. What advice would you give to left-leaning veterans like myself who feel isolated from other vets over their politics? Most of my veteran friends that I choose to associate with are left-leaning veterans. Some of them follow the page. The right-leaning veterans that I serve with, who I'm nominally friends with on social media, I generally don't interact with them very much. If I see MAGA shit popping up on their Facebook page, I won't unfriend them, but I do unfollow them. Unless it's like really obnoxious, then I just call them out. Like, there's ample proof that Trump hates veterans, and there's no defending that except fake news that's been debunked. And whenever I see that or hear it, I just say, cite your sources. And nothing ever comes of that. Hashtag winning. I'm going to be scarce this weekend, and probably Admin Matt as well, because we play Star Citizen, and this weekend is CitizenCon, and it's promising to be a major event for us with all the long-awaited updates. If you play Star Citizen, you can link up with us. If you don't know what it is, we've actually played a couple of Machinima episodes and trailers and bits from that that Admin Matt and I have written and performed or voiced over, I don't know. So you can watch that and learn about what the game is. Which leads me to the next question. What is Bravo Whiskey Charlie Films? Bravo Whiskey Charlie Films, or BWC Films, is an indie film studio that I founded in like 2012. Yes, those are military phonetics. I've done some live action short films and feature-length films, some nerdy fan films, done a few comedy sketches, and I've largely retired from it all, at least for the time being, because indie film is expensive. The running joke is that it's basically an expensive hobby. During our last live stream, we did some streaming of some film footage from some of the projects that I did. During our last live stream, we played some footage from some of our projects. The two biggest things that I'm proud of are an indie Western that I call a Grits Western, because I'm from the South. That Western is called The Bounty Hunter, and most of the characters are Civil War veterans. The other one that I'm most proud of is a semi-autobiographical film, semi-autobiopic, I don't know. Anyway, semi-autobiographical film about Afghanistan veterans called The Cost of Living. One of the scripts that I've written but haven't filmed is kind of a sci-fi thing set in the near future. It's about a lonely, nerdy tech guy who basically buys himself a sex robot. And I get that people are going to be like, sex robots? You mean an incel? And I don't want to get into that. So it's a lot more nuanced than that. I'd love to do something with it, but I've moved away from the Atlanta area, which is one of the biggest film hubs in the country. Also, I'm kind of at a point where I basically have to crowdfund everything. And we just ran a crowdfunder back in July for a Civil War web series that the Fam of Liberty asked us to do. And that crowdfunding campaign was super unsuccessful. And it got to a point where I was really bummed about it. Anyway, Admin Matt and I do a lot of writing for a Machinima web series called Nocturne, set in the Star Citizen video game. I used a lot of Atlanta-based actors for voiceover talent, and Admin V has recently joined our writing team for Bravo Whiskey Charlie Films. And you can hazard all the guesses that you want with regards to what BWC might stand for, knowing what you know about me. It might be a tongue-in-cheek joke. It also might not be related to that at all. Those of you who have gamed with me probably know what it stands for. Now, on that note, if you do look into the game and you decide that a massively multiplayer online sci-fi spaceship and shooter game is your type of jam, then before you create an account, use my referral code. That will start you off with a little bit of extra in-game currency, and I think you get like a free speeder bike now too. If you're looking for recommendations on a decent starter package, the Citizen Con starter package is an amazing deal, and I'm actually kind of jealous. Not only is the Avenger Titan a pretty decent starter ship, but you get a bonus skin, an extra 15k credits, a suit of armor, and a rifle. I'm not getting paid to show that. I'm just remarking that it's an above average deal compared to like the Pisces or the Cutter. Anyway, I've totally super nerded out really hardcore about it, so let me just get on with the fucking rest of this Q&A session. You would be like, nobody gives a shit about your nerdy spaceship. Shut the fuck up and answer questions. Last question, and it's not actually a question, but it was the first response on the community post. I just want to be adopted by Sarge Zaddy. Did I read that right? Yeah, I did. I mean, your queer uncle Zaddy Big Sarge is a top only when I'm in kink mode. Swipe right on Tinder or Bumble or Field or Threefer or whatever. I guess find me on Grindr. I don't know. Obligatory disclaimers. First and foremost, you can stay in touch with the Sons of Liberty admin team and the Fam of Liberty on our official Discord server. The link will be in the channel description, in the Throatpunch at the end of this video, and in our YouTube video description. Discord is probably the one place that nobody can shut us down, so you should always be able to reach out. We've got a breaking news channel where you can notify us of stories that we need to talk about. We've got a gaming channel for all of you gaming nerds. And I'm probably going to start a Sons of Liberty D&D game that's going to be on the Discord, so you can tune in there if you've got Discord. If you don't, you can get it, or you can just fucking ignore it. If you like the shirts or the hoodie that I wear in my videos, some of them, not all of them, are available in the Sons of Liberty merch store. I need to get off my lazy, busy ass and add some new stuff like shirts, a hat, maybe some gold sneakers, I don't know. Anyway, the link to the merch store is in the same place as the Discord link, so you can rewind this video a few seconds and figure it out. On that note, if you like our content, we'd appreciate it very much if you'd follow us on all the socials, whichever ones you've got. Which leads me to say, if you like this video, then we'd appreciate it very much if you'd subscribe, like, and get notifications on our channel. It's a little bit different for the TikTok, but if you're on the TikTok, then you already know about that already. You can help us extend our reach by sharing our content wherever you see it. You can help us beat the algorithm by leaving us at least 7 words in the comments, and that's not just only for our videos, but also our content elsewhere like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, etc. For the Sons of Liberty, I'm AdminTim, and AdminTim316 says, get fucked and die mad about it. 2 claps and a Rick. Make sure you fucking vote. Woo! And now it's time for the Throatpunch! Oh, a sleepy cat. Everybody likes Mikey in the videos, so I put him in the videos now. If that's incentive for you to tune in, great. I used to have a service dog. His name was Knox. He got some sort of canine cancer and passed away, so don't have a dog right now. What's up, buddy?